on, guys? It is Echo and welcome to a controller comparison. Now I'm going to be comparing the Xbox One controller versus the Xbox 3. Now there's a lot of good things about the Xbox One that I do like, but there's also a lot of bad things which I think could have been improved slightly just to improve handling for different reasons. Now as you can see, I'm using an awesome different coloured Xbox 360. It's an old style because you can tell by the D-pad there. I got this controller from controllermods.co.uk. Feel free to check them out in the description, guys. You get a 10% discount with the code ECHO. So let's get into this. I'll also be comparing each of the headsets that come with the consoles. Now to start off with, this Xbox One controller is a day one. I did get it on day one, which was yesterday, depending on when you are watching this video. Now it's got some weight behind it, although I have some batteries in there that which do add to the weight, obviously not dramatically, but they do add a little bit more weight towards the controller. Now the Xbox 360, very, very light, and I do in fact like that specific controller. But for this instance, guys, just think it's a basic black controller or a basic white controller that you do get with the default Xbox. Take the fact out that it's a different styled and remade controller. Now I'm going to start talking about the Xbox One first, and then I'll go into the Xbox 360, the different changes that they have made. Now specifically what I do like about the Xbox One is I feel it's a little bit longer, which means you can easily get your hands, how can I put it, you can easily get your hands across it like this. It's hard to explain, you'll know when you do get it yourself, which I think is definitely good. Now it's a little bit heavier, but the controllers for me don't really matter. It's not going to be straining my hands too much. I also like the D-pad. Obviously in the new Xbox 360 controllers they did change that, but I like that a lot. I think that's a great feature. Also the buttons on the Xbox One controller are like, wow, they're out at you. You can see them. They're very, very bright. They're a little bit, I feel they're slightly bigger than the Xbox 360. I'm not sure if that's just my eyes, but they look slightly bigger in my opinion. I don't know what that's all about. Now, another great feature about the Xbox One controller is there's nothing there. You can see it's blank. There's nothing there. You see all the way through. While the Xbox 360, guess what's in the middle? We have the battery pack. Now, although that's not a big difference, you definitely do feel that your hands more freely when you have them underneath, which is definitely a bonus in my opinion. You'll notice that this, being the Xbox One controller, the batteries are placed in here, which is like just goes along online with the controller itself, which is definitely a great feature. Now I'm going to start talking about the ports on the device. Now this being the bottom one is where the headset would go, exactly the same on the Xbox 360, fair enough. The wires are coming towards you instead of away from you, which means they're not going to get tangled up in the buttons, which is obviously a great feature to have on anything such as a controller. Now the top, well the top here you can see I think it's kind of like a USB style device, which is very, very similar to a PlayStation. If you own a PlayStation, you know you plug that into here and then you plug it into your PlayStation and it charges it. I think that's a great, great feature. I love the fact that you can charge it for free and you don't have to pay for a play and charge kit. Or I shed loads of batteries. I have bought so many batteries in the past for my Xbox 360 controller. The best thing they ever made for an Xbox 360 was a play and charge kit, which is definitely something I will be getting for the Xbox One. Again, there, the play and charge would go there. Obviously, it's slightly different on this because of money. So, again, well, what's the differences that I feel I do enjoy? Well, something that I would say about the Xbox One, again, is it's a little bit slicker. It looks a little bit smoother. But apart from that, they do feel the same. A big difference that I noticed yesterday when I was playing Call of Duty Ghosts is the thumbstick sizes. I am very, very disappointed in the thumbstick sizes for the Xbox One controller. Now the Xbox 360, a lot bigger. I have big hands, big thumbs, so for me to be holding this, I've noticed that I'm sliding off a lot and it's a lot harder to maneuver. I'm worrying about me maybe missing a kill, or the accuracy is definitely off. So it may take me a little bit of time to get used to these, especially when I played FIFA, it was exactly the same. So I'm very, very, I wouldn't say disappointed, but I wish they'd kept the sizes of the thumbnails exactly the same as the 360. Now, on saying that, something I do like about the thumbsticks is there's no longer these indents. If you look on an Xbox 360 controller, whether you guys can, you're probably not going to be able to see, but if you look at your Xbox 360 controller, in the middle there, it has four little indents. Now, the indents keep your fingers or your thumbs from sliding away. And after a certain amount of time, the Xbox 360 controller, they would wear down. You'll notice that the thumbsticks, when you slide from, well, after playing for about a couple of months, you'll notice that they wear down, which makes it a little bit harder, and the slipping and sliding, you're always falling off. which is why they invented control freaks. Now the control freaks that I have, they work with this controller, but they don't work for this, obviously because of the size comparison. But that's something that those type of companies can look at. Now, a great difference is the size. Look at the size difference compared to the triggers. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I think you can. The size difference compared to the triggers is huge. They are definitely a lot bigger on the Xbox One. Yeah, they're very, very big. A little bit more delicate as well than the Xbox 360. I would say I prefer the Xbox 360 triggers a lot more than the Xbox One. They're huge. They're massive. They're definitely a lot bigger. Obviously, it's a little bit better because the bigger the better, in my opinion. And the same with these. But I've noticed on my Xbox One that this side sticks a little bit. I had that from day one on my Xbox 360. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, it's not too much of a big difference. Now the navigations are exactly the same. This would be the home page for Xbox One. You press this button, but if you press it on this one, it's just start. This one will take you to change your menu. Say if you want to Snapchat, Skype, then it would Snapchat Skype. This one is kind of the start button, in my opinion. This is what you do to say, I want to do this, I want to do that. You'll notice when you send messages, it's all with this function. Now the home button being there, the home button being here, which you don't really use that much, in all honesty. It's all about the middle buttons, in my opinion, and it's all voice commands. The voice commands are definitely something I fully enjoy, but for me, the Xbox 360 controller, it's very, very positive. I like, they haven't changed it in a great deal, which is good, because obviously when you're an Xbox gamer, you still want to have the same feel, you still want to understand the controls, the movement exactly the same. Now moving on, but I would say I do prefer the Xbox One slightly. I guess I'm used to the Xbox 360, so change is always hard for anyone. Some people don't like to change, and I've used to like to change, but hey, I do like to change these days. That's why I bought the Xbox One, to show you guys stuff like this, which is definitely worth it. Now I'm going to be showing you the headsets. This one comes obviously with the Xbox One, Xbox 360. I'm going to plug them in, I'm going to plug them both in and show you the features available. 1 second. I've had this wrapped up for so long, so you can see that's like curled over. That's not the size of my head, by the way. So that would go in there. And then this, let me just move that over there, would go like, 1 second, it goes in the bottom, like, you need to hear it click. Is it clicked in? I think it is, it's clicked in, but anyway, this is just a tutorial video, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so I'm going to start off with the Xbox One headset, and then I'm going to compare to the Xbox 360. Why I think the Xbox One headset is miles better than Xbox 360, guys. It has so much more on the Xbox 360. First off, it's exactly the same layout. Obviously, everyone's head's like that. Same type of plastic. It's exactly the same. Bends a lot. This is so annoying. I do like the part on this one where it's wider instead of thin, because it pokes into your head sometimes. Sorry you couldn't see that. This side, this is a little bit spongy. It's exactly the same with the Xbox 360. But the different things about this one that I like a lot is all to do with what's next to the controller and what's by the controller. Now the headset works exactly the same. This goes down. It's exactly the same. Very, very good. I have to admit, the honest fact about the Xbox One headset is the sounds you can hear. My friend, well, his partner was hoovering. I could hear it very, very clear. You wouldn't hear nothing on this in regards to background noise. Obviously, the background noise isn't something that you want to hear, but the comparison of how sensitive the Xbox One headset is dramatically a bit bigger anyway. So I'm going to start showing you the features and what I do like. And you'll notice that there's nothing here on the wire, nothing to do with like turning it on, volume up. It is all done by the controller. Now this one, obviously if it's not lit up, it's not muted. If you press it, it will be muted, which is a great factor. It's easier to do. That is definitely a positive thing. Now obviously these go up, volume down. If you're going up and you hit the max volume, it makes a little beeping sound so you know you're there. But the main key for me is that it's there. It is there. You're not looking along this whole wire to find the, as you'll see here, look where it is. You notice when you've got a headset on, which is the Xbox 360, that you're always looking down to mute this, to make sure your parents aren't shouting at you in front of your friends. I know that happens. Which is definitely a bonus feature with the Xbox One headset. So in comparison, I do like a lot of things about each controller. It is a big step up from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. But another key feature about the headsets is you'll notice when your headset does break and it starts muffling and beeping, etc. It was all due to the turning of this wire inside. It was just something to do with this. I noticed myself that it would cause a lot of squeaking, shuffling, etc. None of that happens with this controller. It is stern, it's steady, and you're not going to be having any voice problems at all. But that is it, guys. That is the controller comparison, in my opinion. You'll know when you get the Xbox One, you'll know the differences, what you do like and what you don't like. Again, I just feel that the thumbsticks could have been a little bit bigger to my comparison. I'm a big guy, that's why I don't play PlayStation as often, because my thumbs, they can't get around the controller. But I hope you did enjoy this. Let me know in the comments what you do personally think. And remember, if you want to grab a controller like this for 360 and the Xbox One, they will have them on the website soon. Go to controllermods.co.uk. Links in the description. I'll catch you next time, and have a great day.